We couldn't roll it back, and then we have to do everything from the scratch again.
Hi everyone, I'm Jay Jenkins. I lead tech strategy and evangelism for Google Cloud in Asia Pacific, and we've got some developer stories for you today. Joining us from 99.co is Yelin.
Thanks for having me, Jay. Yeah, excited to be here. So my name is Yelin. I'm the backend team lead and infrastructure team lead at 99.co.
And I know that things like real estate websites, you have a lot of spikes and things, and I understand you went through a massive migration onto Google Cloud.
So we have started migrating our microservices one by one, and we are reaching towards the end. Right now, almost I would say 90% of our services are running on Google Kubernetes engine, GKE. And we have also migrated the other services. For example, we have migrated the databases to the managed SQL, the Cloud SQL. We have managed our VM as well. Because some of the service require us to run it on the stateful applications. So we have done that with Compute Engine. So one of the biggest migrations that I did recently was the migrating our photos. And the challenge comes in like, how do we transfer this much amount of data from one cloud provider to another provider? And then it's not just the storage. And then it comes with things like, okay, how do we set up the CDN? What are the things that we can reuse it? How do we effectively reduce the data transfer costs? Yeah, so these are the challenges that I personally worked on it recently.
So if you take a look at all the work you've done, is there any particular technical component that you're super proud of?
Yeah, so I would say it would be related to the photo migrations. It's a pretty simple service, but the old code and structure was not optimal and quite a bit hard to work on by other engineers. So first, I will rewrite it to a better structure, and the second, I will try to move the photos from one place to another place. That is time consuming and also could be error prone. Then the last part is how do we serve it with more efficiently, more budget friendly way. Yeah, because data transfer cost is a lot, and also so that's why we wanted to look into to GCP CDN solutions, storage solutions.
Many of the things you talked about, number one, migrating and then also rewriting at the same time, rewriting some of the services to make them more efficient, and then utilizing some of the new technologies. Would you consider this a beautiful solution?
I will consider that. Yeah, I will consider that. Yeah. It might not be pretty exciting to use latest stuff. However, seeing that this the service, which is a critical service for our platform, like the photos are the first thing you see on the website, right? So seeing that things getting faster and that the users can see the images faster, more efficiently, it's kind of excites me. Yes. And on the other hand, I also care a lot about the developer experience.
And I guess as you look forward, what other new capabilities has this allowed you to explore?
We are looking at a few solutions in terms of the developer experience and also towards the security. So we will eventually want to have the self-serving DevOps capabilities. We want to give the developers the ability to see things from the operation side. So let's say they will deploy a service. So we will provide them with all the necessary tools. For example, for that perspective, we are looking at the possible ways to make use of the GKE and the new GKE capabilities like autopilot mode also Cloud Run, and then the newer stuff like the autopilot pods. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing that beautiful solution. And now it's time for Truth Table. So Yilin is going to share with me two separate solutions. Only one of them is something they have actually done. I'm going to ask a couple of questions, and then I'll guess which one is the truth.
The first case, the statement is we try to upgrade our instances. Then our search service went down 3 hours at night. Yes, that's one. And the second one is we try to upgrade the instance as well, and then also it went down, but we couldn't roll it back, and then we have to do everything from the scratch again. Yeah. So what do you think?
All right. And so once you looked at the logs, was this a known issue, or was this something you had to reach out to Elasticsearch to get assistance on?
Right. It is a known issue, but the way we did it, the order was wrong. Yeah, so which is why it was the issue. For example, like there's 3 nodes. We took down the node in the wrong order.
I feel like 24 hours would have been a huge impact for the users.
It is.
I am going to guess now on which one I think it is. I believe that you were just down for 3 hours, but you were able to roll it back. But I'm very interested now to hear the story of how you were able to do so, if that was the right one. Is it?
That's the right one. That's the right one.
It is the right one.
Yes.
Okay. So so tell me a little bit more about that. So you were down for 3 hours, but it sounds like you might have had a little bit of difficulty figuring out whether you could roll it back.
Yeah, we were panicked for a few seconds, honestly. However, we go through all the documents on the documentation on the ECK, and it was in a pretty automatic way because Elastic's ECK is running on Kubernetes. We were able to provision the nodes very fast, and setting up the Elasticsearch was also very painless.
So Yilin, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful solution, and of course for sharing that last story during Truth Tables. It is really important to think about all those other considerations and capabilities that tools like Kubernetes can give you.
Yes, thanks Jay for having me, and thanks Google, GCP and Google for providing us with the wonderful tools as well.
Great, and thank you to Yilin and also to 99.co.